Hello, hello. It's Jazz Energy here, starting the first episode of something new. Now, I have played Madden before on a recent video, but there's going to be two different kinds of Madden I'll be doing: the face of the franchise and a rebuild. Now, the rebuild's going to be of the New Orleans Saints, and the reason I picked the Saints is a couple of factors. Bad cap management combined with the lack of a first overall pick is going to make it a harder rebuild than a lot of other teams. And the lack of a franchise quarterback as well. Because, while I have Dalton for one more year to bridge due to not being able to sign a first rounder, it's pretty much going to be a battle between him and old famous Jameis for starter. And then you have Taysom Hill back here doing God knows what. And Jake Luton, who's probably going to get cut by next season. We started at Super Bowl week. And our season recap is here. It was not as close as a game as it was in real life here, as you see the Chiefs blowing out the Eagles 35-14. And there's your award winners with Mahomes still winning MVP, Sirianni getting Coach of the Year, Devontae Adams getting OPOY, Nick Bosa getting Defensive Player just like before, Kenneth Walker III getting Offensive Rookie, and Jalen Petre getting Defensive Rookie, which is different from the Jets sweep of Rookie of the Year that happened in real life. So this video is just going to be some cut up updates of what I do over the offseason. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do everything. This will go over this starting point, and then I'll go over who I signed in free agency, drafting, and then just a look over of the roster. And then the next episode is going to be the first preseason game. And just so you all see, this will be an all Madden. I do play all pro usually when I'm playing on my own. Just, I prefer the equal footing that all pro provides, but for more entertainment value, at least I hope, I will be doing this one on all Madden. So, next we'll move on to the free agency period. And on to the free agency review here. As you see, like I said, limited cap space. There wasn't many signings I could make, so I just tried to fill the worst of the holes on the roster. So, we got the best was the punter, so that's never a good sign. And then, a half-decent defensive tackle. Work on that. And our starting linebacker, if we couldn't get anyone else. If we can't pick anyone up in the draft or anything. Only $600K left in cap room, so moving on to the draft with no money. Let's see what happens. And time for the draft recap. Alright, so as you see, the lack of a first round pick really hurt here. I only got one player over 70, and that's this left guard. He also has hidden development, so hopefully that works out. This guy might have it too? No. But he's decent at 69, and the rest of these guys are mid-60s. No massive busts, at least, but mostly filler players, at least for first year. This might be the only guy who lands any sort of role. So, we're through with the draft. Ready to move on. And now we will take a look at what the depth charts are going to look like to start the preseason. So before we go into actually looking at the roster, a quick update on a move I made here. The Bears drafted another quarterback with their first overall pick, so that left Fields as their backup. So I sent Dalton and 2 mid-round picks over and got myself Justin Fields. Hopefully I can get him to develop into a future of this Saints franchise, and If not, at least I have a better quarterback to bridge me this year, so maybe I can be somewhat competitive. Usually do better with scrambling quarterbacks anyways. Two mid-round picks wasn't really a bad price for him either. I still have my first rounder, which is why I need the most, and I can probably recoup a couple of draft picks near the end of preseason trading off a couple guys, so we'll see how that pans out. But up next, still, and at long last, the roster review. So, take a look here. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. There's definitely a few holes. Of course, quarterback's going to be a big question of how Justin Fields is going to do, but he has a better line than he had the Bears, at least on the right side here. Left side's a little weak, but we also have Ben Crowder here, who I'm going to put up ahead of Pete, and we're going to give him a chance to start and build himself as a rookie. Rest of the rookies are depth pieces, like I figured. Wide receiving core ain't bad. Got Kamara at running back, that's always nice. Defense, a little weak. We have a first-year defensive tackle in the DT's 2 slot, but our nose tackles are pretty weak, but our edge isn't bad. We have one really good corner, and then it dies off. Safeties are good. Middle linebacker's good, but outside linebackers less so. That should be okay. I used some free space from the Justin Fields trade to pick up a slightly better kicker with Harrison Butker, because for some reason he was just left out to dry. I have a feeling I'm probably going to need decent kickers because, well, a decent kicker because I doubt that offense is going to be blowing up the scoreboard. And we got Wisnowski punting. Now, there's some interesting things I'd like to address from what the other teams are doing. I mentioned the Bears a little earlier, with them deciding to roll with first overall pick Bradley Ford as their new day one starter. Interesting enough. Wait, no. The Buccaneers are working with Keegan Whitfield, who will be in an intense quarterback battle with the likes of Carson Wentz and Tyler Huntley for the starting role there. Colts have Victor Ruiz as their new quarterback of the future, backed up by old Mitch Trubisky, the titty kisser. Commanders got Geno Smith, which somewhat solves the QB hole for them. Yeah, these are all the same. Falcons got Garoppolo, which I guess is a temporary plug to their QB problems. Niners brought on Mayfield to make it a three-way quarterback battle. Hopefully Purdy gets his start. The Giants are rolling with Teddy Bridgewater now, as they get ready for rookie Jimmy McLeod. They let Daniel Jones walk to the Panthers. Now, this is the most interesting one here. Yep, the Jets brought back Sam Darnold to compete with Zach Wilson. This is a quarterback battle I am going to keep an eye on because that is hilarious. This is a quarterback battle where the correct answer is no. Or the correct answer might be Josh Dobbs. I mean, maybe. Who else? You guys know mine. You got Fields. And then Winston as the backup. And then I have this rookie, Daniel Waters, who probably won't develop into much for me except for a long-term backup. I'm hoping more see Fields do something decent here. Seahawks have a new quarterback, backed up by Mike White. Fuck yeah. The Steelers are gonna apparently give Pickett a year to sit, and they're gonna be bridging him with Jacoby Brissett. I mean, don't hate the move, but eh. Texans got their new quarterback, Heath Matlock. He seems okay. That's about it. Titans are the same, and the Vikings are the same. And of course, Mahomes, best quarterback in the NFL still. I do not appreciate Hurts only being an 86. You might be able to tell by the jersey. I'm an Eagles fan. I just didn't pick the Eagles because I feel like that would be way too easy on this one because they got that. They got rid of Sanders. Hey, James Robinson. I always feel like he didn't get a good, fair shot. Look at that wide receiver group. They got Michael Thomas to just... You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Michael Thomas. Absolutely insane. And then Goddard. But this isn't about the Eagles. I just want to look at Jason Kelce. Okay. This is about the Saints. And on the next episode, we'll be going on our first preseason game. All Madden against the 84 overall Buffalo Bills and that crushing looking defense and X Factor Stephon Diggs. I hope you join me for it, and I hope I don't make a complete embarrassment of myself. I will see you then.